Welcome to the latest episode of Celebrity Big Brother Bile. This week we ask, why do British people love prison food so much? When is a vote not a vote? And also we discuss Strictly Come Air Grabbing with Christina Riano.
Hi, I'm Lindsay.
I'm James.
And welcome to the show. Well, it's been a very interesting week in the Big Brother house. If you like actressing, homophobia, child abuse, that sort of stuff. So last one we did was the launch show, so we're going from there.
Right.
I've noticed on the second episode they didn't do too much recapping. You know when they do like everyone coming in again, they
they trimmed it right down.
Yeah, they rattled through them quite quick, which was quite good. But that the Saturday show, they recapped too much. But anyway, so when Jonathan walked in, he said, "Wow, this place looks like a nut house," and he was right. Now, what about the smoking issue in that house?
Chain smoking?
I've noticed that there's not a celebrity in that house who doesn't smoke.
Apart from...
Christina...
What's her name?
But do you think she's smoking in
For two now.
Do you think she's smoking in the diary room?
Well, we know that smoking in the DR has taken place before from Big Brother Australia. So it is possible that she is chuffing away.
Well, she's a homewrecker and a man stealer, isn't she? Or is she?
Well, I read, not an interview, but an article about her ex-husband, his ex-wife, their unsold home in Northampton. The whole thing is quite a bitter tale.
Where did you read the said article?
In the Daily Mail, of course.
Anyway, it's a very private matter, but just the night before she gets...
When you've got a private matter that you want to open up about on national TV, what's the best time?
The night before you're about to get evicted, I think is a great time. It's very private though, but for more details, see her book. Do you know what her book's called?
Strictly Bore Off.
Strictly Come Homewrecking.
Is it?
No.
That'd be good.
Anyway, at this point we still had people in the fucking box. Was that the most pointless twist of all time?
No. I mean, there must have been worse than that.
I like the people who were in the box. But do you think they were allowed out to smoke?
Of course.
Now, why are celebrities...
You think Darren Day can go without a cigarette for half an hour?
Why are celebrities smoking roll-ups? Can't they afford cigarettes?
Well...
I'd say about 50-50 are smoking roll-ups and cigarettes. I've been keeping an eye out.
Right, who's on what?
Someone's on those silver ones. What's that, Lambert and Butler?
It could be anything, it's hard to tell.
Well, you should know. Anyway, Americans must watch this show and think it's absolutely disgusting.
What, the dirt?
No, the smoking. On Big Brother US, the only person who smoked was Jason Roy, and I very much enjoyed his You Now 3.5 hour broadcast the other night.
But I watched it as well, but did you notice that he'll pick up a cigarette, hold it for literally 30 minutes before he lights it? I like that.
And also, he thinks that Towie is called Townie, and he thinks Hollyoaks is called
Hollyoaks.
Which I think would make it a better show. Ah, do.
Well, like songs of praise.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, now, have you warmed to the thick squad or not?
Now, who do you mean? I can't think.
I'm talking GC, Scotty T.
Oh, GC and the thick crew?
Just about.
Right.
Tattoos.
Right.
Hollyoaks.
Jeremy McCockrab. Hollyoaks.
And I had sex on TV while my granddad was dying.
Oh, Princess Anne. And who's the other one? Scotty T.
Yeah, Scotty's. Yeah.
No, I haven't. But the only one I've warmed to out of that lot is that Jeremy.
Why? Because he supported a homophobe.
Yeah, and because he is. He's got a game plan.
And he didn't do a sheep vote.
He didn't.
Now, when I was writing my blog that night, I was like, Jeremy, you're going home. You're out of here. I thought they'd all turn on him for that.
No.
But they didn't. But why does he hate Nancy Zolio so much?
Because she's a patronising old cunt, I think he said.
She's always going on about like her diamonds and her jewellery and this and that. Jonathan goes, why is she even in the house? And someone went, she slept with a football manager.
And he's like, what? Not even a footballer?
That's a bit rich coming from him. What's he done? He ain't even slept with Kim Kardashian or... I nearly said Bruce Jenner.
He has done a lot. He's done a lot.
What, for the gay community? Or?
No, just for everyone in the world.
Wow. So, here's some words that Megan doesn't know what they mean.
Oh, right.
Pandemonium, monogamy, and there was something else she said tonight, but I've forgotten. Now, when they give that warning to Winston and they said, your lascivious behaviour, probably he didn't even know what that meant.
No, I think that's the sort of word he would use.
That's a funny word for Big Brother to use, though, isn't it?
It's like it's a vague word, isn't it?
I think that these, like, sub-oiks they've got in the house now, if you think about, like, the genesis of, like, thickism invented by Jay Goody, East Anglia and all that shit, if Jay Goody was in that house now, rest in peace, she would be in the top tier of intelligent housemates. Do you agree or disagree?
What? So if you could reverse engineer television and go back in time, put Jay Goody in now, she'd be like the most intelligent housemate.
She'd be up there with Jonathan in the...
Fuck, man.
They should do an IQ test.
It's true, though. If you did the same thing with the X Factor, if you started with the current contestants back then, and then went forwards, it'd be better because you'd end up with, like, Gareth Gates as, like, the biggest star in the world.
He wasn't even on the X Factor.
Oh, you know, pop, whatever it is.
Well, so, do you like Marmite?
Well, you either love it or you hate it, don't you?
What do you think Jonathan likes most? Marmite or beans on toast?
Well, he said beans on toast was prison food, and Marmite he just said was disgusting.
He said, I thought you were eating beans on toast just because you were in here, like, as a punishment. Give Jonathan slop. Put him on slop for the week. I liked it when he had a gin and tonic on the live feed. Gemma Collins gave it to him in a can. And he was like, what is this? And she's like, it's a J&T. And he was like, what's that? She's like, gin and tonic. And he's like, what, they give you hard liquor in the Big Brother house? And then he drank it and he went, ooh, it's quite nice actually.
But I don't think that's really hard liquor, is it?
Not really, it's about 4% or something in it.
Crap.
And cans are like about £2 each as well. Jokes. So, yeah. So Jonathan said to Gemma, you look like a young Anna Nicole Smith.
Right.
Agree or disagree?
Well, I didn't see Anna Nicole Smith when she was young. I think she was good looking though, right?
Yeah.
So, no.
So then there was a row between Angie and Jonathan, which we never actually saw. They probably have the cameras turned off for an hour each day or something.
Probably.
But apparently she called him an obnoxious American, and then she called him that creature. That's a bit rude, isn't it?
A bit.
And then there's more on that later, but Jonathan did finally mention Kim Kardashian. He said, she is bigger than Bieber. And someone said, Jonathan, you must get anything you want. Do you think Jonathan gets anything he wants?
Someone said, I think it might be Holyoke, said, can you imagine being a Kardashian? And I thought, well, first of all, he's not a Kardashian.
No.
But he was like, remember when he was saying, oh yeah, like when you go out, there's like 200 crew following you, there's all paps and...
They shut down a shopping mall in Dubai.
He can't shop in Harrods. He can't shop in Harrods on his own.
And all the fucking Arabs take their things off and scream at him.
Now, what are those things? What do you call that?
Is that okay to say fucking Arabs in the Big Brother house?
I thought it was fucking things, not fucking Arabs.
No, he said all those fucking Arabs take their things off to scream at him.
Well,
And he also said something disparaging about Mexicans. But still, he's my favourite housemate.
yeah, gotta be, innit?
So then, Tiffany said she weren't going to start a row yet because she didn't want to go out first week. Wise move as a black lady in the house,
You
right?
think she's... Because she was your pick to go.
Yeah, I know, but still a black person went.
Standard.
Well, he was, you know. So then, they did...
He was honest. He was honest.
Yeah. So they did this shit stir task. I didn't understand this. Basically...
Isn't this on the eviction episode?
No, this is the one where they had to undo them padlocks and stuff.
Oh, that's shit.
Scotty T, Hollyoaks, and Scotty T2 were named the most annoying housemates, and they had to like unlock things. And then, for some reason, they got to vote. Is there any rhyme or reason to this? Shouldn't it be the people who have been locked up in the box who get to nominate?
No, because they've already had the airtime. It was like, you know, you say who you think is the most annoying, and then we reward those people.
Oh, so it's like the joke's on you. Sort
exactly.
But no one likes a nominations twist. Everyone wants pure nominations. Why can't they just give it to us?
Who wants that?
Unhappy BB fan, us. cool, Arif. We want a pure game. Back to basics.
What about the casual viewer, though? What do they want? I think they prefer the non-twist.
They want endless repeats and reminders and people's names up on the screen. So then, Winston would not share a bed with a man, not even his brother. Do you think he fancies his own brother?
Do you think his brother was offended by that, or
maybe his brother's like smoking hot? That was weird. But then he was going to Tiffany get under the sheet when she was sitting on his bed.
Whoa.
I thought this was weird the way Tiffany supposedly, what is it,
HBIC?
Yeah, alleged HBIC. He's saying all this shit to her. He's saying you need to work on your body because you're fat. Stop eating blancmange. I don't know if Americans even know what blancmange is. Just have a sandwich when you go out to a restaurant. And if I went out with you in 2 weeks, you'd be like in the throes of ecstasy, basically.
Just have a sandwich?
Yeah.
I heard that these sandwiches that you buy in the store have got more, even in Pret or whatever, got more calories than
they have. They've
18
got loads.
Big Macs.
They've got loads. Well, he did say sandwich or some fish, so... But she just sat there going, Do you think she was secretly seething, or...?
No, I think for whatever reason, she did seem to back him up to an extent.
She did seem to kind of like him a bit.
And whenever someone went for him, she would, like, not defend him, but she would, like, step in.
Strange. She's playing the game, man. She's playing it real good. Now,
right.
On to this Daniela and Christopher Maloney.
Oh, the beef.
Now
what's it? Is it about a magazine deal? Is it about Panto? Tell me.
My mum said that she thought they were going out together and they'd split up.
Oh.
I was like, Mum, he's gay. And she went, oh, Daddy thought he was gay. Like, yeah, everyone knew he was gay. You watched X Factor for like 6 months when no one would have evicted because of his nan.
He not come out though? He didn't come out, did he? He come out like was it after X Factor or just before the end?
Are you thinking of Will Young?
No, I'm being serious.
First Gareth Gates, now Will Young. Last podcast you mentioned Rick Waller. Who next? Darius.
Can do.
So then, so they're both basically going to skirt around it, going, oh well, this happened, but they won't actually tell us what fucking happened.
No, hang on. What about the Panto?
And then, because Nikki Graham replaced Daniela in the Panto.
Look, we found out that they lived together for years.
They had dogs, matching dogs,
twin dogs.
Yeah,
they got
pugs, I think.
Twogs, and we don't know who got custody of the dogs.
For years. I don't think it was for years.
Alright. Then they were due to be in Panto together, and Daniela had a relapse, and the theatre went through the terms and conditions on the contract, booted off Daniela Westbrook, and got in Nikki Graham to play her part. Now, if you were going Panto, would you want to see Nikki Graham? Would you be pissed off? I would ask for my money back.
Has Nikki Graham been to RADA? That's what I want to know. How did they shoehorn in I'm so cold into the panto?
It must have just switched that for he's behind you or what have you.
What panto was it? We don't even know that much. So then, yeah, it's annoying. It's like when someone like posts on Facebook and they're like, oh, something really awful's happened, and then they won't tell you what it is. It's like that sort of conversation. But then Daniela Westbrook was going to him, oh, I'm really loyal. You don't fuck about with me, man. She sounded proper like Samantha Mitchell when she said that. I was like, shit. Christopher Maloney was shitting his pants.
But he's always shitting his pants. He's a very nervous person.
He reminds me so much of Stevie Ritchie. He's just like the same. But he is. He's like a little pussyhole. He's nothing. So then,
I don't mind him, you know.
He's pathetic. So then, Angie's absolutely pathetic. Angie said, I was addicted to heroin.
Right.
I called my gynecologist.
Yeah.
And he came and injected me with Valium.
For 7 days.
18 days, I think it was.
Oh, yeah.
It was no big deal. Is that a good way to come off heroin? Is that what Jeremy Cole does when he drives you away in that Mercedes?
Is that what Dr. Aaron Gosha recommends? I mean, I've not been in that situation, but it sounds good enough to me.
Sounds better than the Ewan McGregor sort of style of, what did he do? Locked himself in that room and was shitting everywhere.
Do you know what? It's better than going to those meetings and saying, oh, my name's so-and-so, and I'm a junkie, and this, that, and the other.
Yeah, because you might run into Jesse Pinkman and Badger, and they might try and get you back on the smack, innit?
You might actually talk it through and actually work out your problems and solve them. So, yeah, it sounds good.
And why doesn't she speak to her son? And why didn't she want custody of her son? Something more is going on there than we know.
Who is the son? Is it Zoe Bowie?
Is it Zoe Bowie?
Zoe is a girl's name.
Look, let's not get into that.
Right.
Right. So then Nancy went to the diary room and basically complained about Winston perving on her when she was getting changed.
Right.
And then Winston got called to the diary room and got a warning. And he went, "Oh, you mean when Nancy